Hey everybody, thanks for joining me and welcome to CALLOUS Fight Night, starting pretty much on time and not needing to reschedule. What a concept. Defending champion Watermess against challenger Astamatitos. New guard against old guard for sure. Looking forward to this one. Two very talented ADV players coming from very different eras, very different trains of thought. Real life, there's almost a decade of a difference between these two gentlemen. So, like I said, products of a different time, but very, very good in their own right. So there is the Calm Mind immediately from the lead Kuhn for our challenger, Asta on top, and then bottom side, Jirachi getting the Toxic off on two consecutive turns because the first one was lumbaried away. +1 Surf doing 40. Rachi probably, if it's lead Toxic, you would think has Wish Protect, but not necessarily guaranteed. It's a switch to Starmie here, thinking there'll be another Surf. He's correct. Surf is the best thing the Starmie can do back, which is kind of underwhelming, but it's not super threatened by the Coon Surfs either. It actually does have Thunderbolt, that just didn't do it the first time around. And now they're both fairly low, but Starmie could either kill it with another Thunderbolt, or if it has Recover, it could just do that here. He does take the offensive route and go for another T-Bolt. Maybe he doesn't have Recover, but it's going to land on a Lax and do very little. However, Lax is going to go to Shadow Ball, and that's going to do very little to Tyranitar. So, 3 pokes and 2 pokes revealed. The Starmie and the Coon are both very low at the moment. The Jirachi, 66, not low, but not super healthy. Healthy enough, I suppose. The T-Tar, we haven't seen anything other than the fact that it is lefties. How much damage it takes from Shadow Ball is not relevant. It's always going to be not a lot. And it is some kind of physical tire. Could still have, random HP grass or whatever it may be, but it does have Earthquake, so it's going to be mostly or entirely physical here. Metagross does not have lefties from Asta, and it's going to go straight boom, which the crit is irrelevant here. It's going to take out Rachi. We've got ourselves a trade. Leaves us in a 5-5 situation, but I think Watermess is probably a little bit ahead because remember, the Coon on the other side from Asta is very low. So Heracross, previously unrevealed from Asta, is going to come in at this point. That's going to scare the pants off the T-Tar, who of course is going to get out of the way. And it is Megahorn as opposed to a fighting attack, but Starmie's going to go down nevertheless as long as the Megahorn hits, which it does. So now Asta with a slight lead, but like I said, his Coon is very low, so we're very close to a 4-4 here. It is relevant, though, that Asta can use the Coon as switch fodder. So Asta is not Choice Banded, even though he doesn't have lefties either. He switches it up from Megahorn to Focus Punch, but it does not work out. There's Rock Slide now, twice in a row, killing the Coon after the Heracross ate the initial one. It's looking like Choice Band Rock Slide. I'm not a big CB Flygon guy myself, but I think that's what we're looking at here. And the Lax does not feel that threatened. It takes only 27% from Rock Slide, which is really underwhelming, honestly. And he's now going to go for Curse as well. That is going to prompt the Flygon out. Here's a second Curse. If this is the popular Curse Shadow Ball Earthquake set, T-Tar might be in some amount of trouble here from the +2/+2 Lax. The Earthquake at this point would hurt quite a bit if that's what we're looking at here. And there's nothing that the T-Tar could do pending a critical hit here that would be able to stop that. Watermess at least sniffs it out and scouts for it. Yes, it is Earthquake, all fine and well, but does he have a good answer? And it's interesting that it's self-destruct here. I think a lot of the time it would have just been a big Shadow Ball. I don't know if +2 Shadow Ball kills a Choice Band Flygon or not, but I think it would do a lot. Going to be some switching as we find ourselves in a 3-3 situation. Fight Night games sometimes are pretty quick, and this is another one. We're not even 20 turns in, and we've got only 6 Pokemon alive combined between the two teams. Roar Houndoom is going to catch Asta off guard as he tries to Dragon Dance up. And here's a second attempt at Dragon Dance and a second Roar. Watermess is going to call him out twice in a row and not allow those setup moves to occur. Here's a third attempt at Dragon Dance and a third Roar. Watermess not allowing any of this. Every time he risks the life of the Houndoom, but it's a risk he's willing to take. He over-predicts Megahorn there. Fighting attack would have been a knockout, but he unfortunately misses, and then he's going to get roared out as well, wasting his Salac Berry. Finally, Asta pulls the trigger on the attack. Watermess probably went for Roar again. Earthquake for the knockout, and it leaves us now in a 3-2 final poke of the game revealed. It's Porygon 2 from Watermess. But he's going to overpredict and go for what I think is HP Grass here, thinking that the Tyranitar was going to come in. And now he's going to go for Recover because he has to. We know it's a DD Mence. Does he not have Ice Beam, or is he just being very conservative? Here's Rock Slide fishing for a flinch, trying to either prevent an Ice Beam or a Recover, but the flinch doesn't come. Recover gets off. Porygon 2 back up to 100%. Rock Slide again. This time he does find the flinch. But Porygon 2 seems to maybe not have Ice Beam here, which is real awkward. We've seen only Recover and Hidden Power Grass. Weird set. So there's DD. Now we have a +1 HP flying. Alright, we do have Ice Beam. I was a little nervous for a minute. He actually does have it. Now we're down to 2-2. And Heracross is coming in for the Mega Horn. That's going to be a pretty easy KO from that range. And we're done here, pending a Mega Horn miss, which it does not. It's actually a critical hit instead. And Asta's going to take this one down. Was very close all the way through. It was close until it wasn't. Right at the very end, Asta's going to clutch it out. He's going to be our new champion, knocking off Watermess. And he'll be back next week to fight a new challenger. The burning question, of course, is who is that challenger going to be? Let me just yell at them real quick. Yell at them for not linking and pinging the game. And then let's figure out who it's going to be. Oops, I didn't remove Asta from the pool from before, so we're obviously going to have to edit that. All right, so that brings it down to 58, but now I'm just going to make sure that that's actually even right. 1836, 42. All right, so the number is correct. So let's just do the drawing here, 1 through 58. So you guys know we've done this so many times. I don't have to explain my process to you anymore. Let's just go ahead and figure out who it's going to be. 1, 2, 3, poof. Number 6, that's going to be Jabba the Griffin. Oh, I don't know. This is going to be a weird time for that. I'm glad he didn't get called to do Fight Night this week. He got married yesterday, but that was a long time ago. As of next week, he'll be married for a week. He'll be bored of it and over it, and he'll be ready to come back for Fight Night. And he is going to have a hell of an opponent in Fight Night. It's going to be Jabba the Griffin. I mean, I'll understand if he declines given the circumstances, but assuming he's up for it, it's going to be Jabba the Griffin against Astamatitos next week. Should be a damn good one. I'll see you guys there.